like this. Can you see?
Hmm?
Yeah, fins to the left, fins to the right. You're the only girl in town. It's the song. You gotta edit that out.
Okay, I will.
You're a liar. So, anyway,
Welcome, everybody, to the first ever episode of Good Luck With That. Brought to you by me and... Whoa, my camera's backwards now from when we were recording before. And the other guy in the video, whose name is Brian. We kind of skipped out on the intro because we didn't plan on recording the whole episode tonight. We were just trying to do like a make sure everything's working, make sure the audio's working. But then we started talking and we started telling stories, so we just kind of went with it. This is supposed to be a safe place for us to come together and tell our life stories and talk about our memories and our stories and all the stupid crap that we do, and just a place we can go, come and say whatever we want to say and not have to worry about what people think. Because I'm the kind of person that I don't want to tell somebody what I think, because it's somebody that I have to see again or work with, or I don't want to tell you my opinion on things because either I don't feel like I have enough facts to argue with you about it, so it's not even worth it, or I don't feel like getting in an argument with you is even worth my time. So I just kind of keep everything to myself. So this is a place where we can come and just say whatever we feel like we want to say. Tell stories, talk about cars, talk about our lives. So that's kind of what we did. We just started talking, and whatever came out, and we just talked. So here is episode 1 of Good Luck With That. Here, have one of these.
what's one of those? Oh, there you go. Do you still have 5-hour energy?
I have 2 boxes that aren't open yet, and then 2 boxes here, which are a little bit more than 1 box.
Oh my god.
I've been giving them away like 50 at a time.
Like, well, we're firing you, but here's all the 5-hour energy you can drink for the next 3 years.
Well, it's going bad. Well, it's not going bad. It's getting to the expiration date. Like this one's 10/19.
I mean, does it go bad, really, though?
No.
You should let one age for like another 5 years, and then we'll drink them all. Oh, God. Are you going to stay up and do a bunch of more stuff? Oh.
That's what I do on Friday and Saturday. I do YouTube stuff, or I've been playing this game I've just been addicted to, so I haven't been getting any work done.
Yeah.
And then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, shit, I've been playing this for 5 hours.
I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't had the time to record videos or do anything. But on the weekends, sometimes Laura and I'll stream a game, so then I'll just schedule those to come out like twice a week in place of real videos. But they're like 1 to 3 hours long, so
Yeah.
they're not as easy. Oh, did I just move the camera? I did.
I don't know.
They're not as easy to watch as like a half-hour video.
Yeah. Mine moves all the time.
Mine's on the table, so I can put it down.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you got a boom for your microphone.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like on the table or something. You got like a whole boom.
It's connected to the other table.
I mean, that's fancy stuff right there. I'm not nearly that fancy. What is that noise?
That's my table spring.
Oh. Oh, you got the lifty table. Okay. Doesn't the microphone get in your way when you're playing games?
Yeah, this thing, I hate it. I just want like a foam thing.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, because that'd be like right here, like, oh, I'm trying to, oh, God.
If you want to get me something for Christmas, that's what I want.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and make a truck payment,
That's what I should tell Laura, actually. She asked me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want any more crap piled up in this house, but I don't know.
Need a microphone cover. You need one of those fuzzy ones that looks like they skinned a squirrel and covered your microphone.
I saw they have ones that look like hats. Like there was one that looked like a Russian, not a Russian. Yeah, there was a
Like
Russian one, but
English hat.
yeah, like the big black one. It's all
yeah,
fuzzy.
English. Yeah.
But I saw someone
Fucking
use
Alice
it
guard.
and it muffled it too much.
Oh.
So
Because
just
it's
like
like more for looks than like actual being useful.
just like a foam one would be fine.
Cool.
I wish I could like.
I gotta find a pretty background, so like maybe I'll get real close to this picture so everybody thinks I'm like on a pretty beach.
Yeah, I did that earlier. I had it kind of like. It was showing kind of. Where'd my mailbox go? Like that.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm like, there's like a bunch of crap up there. So then I settled on that.
What am I gonna do with all this shit?
I know, there's too much shit.
Well, after I get my truck, I'll go to like cool. Well, I guess it's kind of. We'll have to do some during the day, like, and I'll go to cool places that I have service, and we can do it.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be like, "Hey, I'm here in the desert. Look, it's a desert." And people are killing me. Or I'll go downtown and be like, "Here's a drunk homeless guy. Look at this guy. He's drunk."
Walk down 16th Street. From what I hear lately, it's like that.
Dude, Durango's getting bad with it. It's like, so Steph and I are sharing a car. I'll tell you all about it in our show.
Mm-hmm.
But so I drop her off at 5:45, I think, and I don't start work till 7. So I just drive over to the shop and I hang out in the car and I cruise Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
In my normal parking spot, there's like a dumpster like 3 bays away.
Mm-hmm.
A homeless dude jumped out of the dumpster after I'd been there for like 25 minutes. And he's like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" I'm like, nothing, bro. Can you leave me alone? Freaking me out.
So
I threw 2 windshields in there the night before. The dude slept on broken glass all night long.
like in the dumpster?
In the dumpster.
So my work is kind of in not like the greatest. It's not like super bad, but there's weird people walking around all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a dumpster in the next building over, and there's always people like camping behind it or like jumping inside. And weird people walking through, and sometimes they'll stop and talk to you like, "Hey, you got any money or something?"
Hey, I borrow $1.
Yeah. And there's like a massage place. And on the back door, there's just like a yellow or orange poster board that just has like handwritten massage on the door. So my boss looked it up on, what's it called? Rubmaps.com, I think, or something like that. And
I see where it's going.
It's a rub and tug massage place. It's on there. So one of the guys that used to work there, they said he used to go over there all the time. I kind of want to go in to just like see what it is. Like, is there
Yeah, but they're walking into the rub and tug. You can't do that.
Well, sometimes there'll be a truck or something parked in the back, like in the backside of our lot that goes up to the back of that. Like people that are parking back there and then going in the back door so as not to be seen. And there's 2.
You'd be like, "I'm just checking it out," and the place gets raided, and you're like, "No, really,
Yeah,
I just wanted to see what it was about."
And there's 2 Asian ladies that work there, and they're always in like some type of flashy dress. And I didn't know it was 2. I thought it was the same one. They're like, they almost like they must be sisters or something. One has a little bit longer.
Don't say what I think you're trying to say. Do not say it. Don't say it.
Just those 2 look the same. No, I thought it was. One has long hair and one has a little bit shorter hair, and they had to point it out to me. I don't know. Whatever that means.
That's hilarious. I think that's funny as hell.
The water main broke at work while I was in Illinois. They sent me a picture of it. The whole parking lot was flooded. It was
just the lot, though.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, because it kind of goes downhill towards the street.
Yeah. Were you at SGS when the boiler overheated and the sprinklers went?
I was there when the sprinklers went, but I thought they said that one of the heads just popped off the...
Yeah, you know that place. But yeah, that was horrible. That water, I wasn't even there that night and it still stunk.
Yeah, it was dirty and it smelled bad. And we spent the rest of the night squeegeeing. It's a dag. Hey, Dag.
Hey, Dag. What are you doing, Dag? He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to sleep.
Actually, I'll probably just use this. I'll record like a little intro and say what's going on, and I'll just use it.
Okay, whatever.
How long has it been?
I don't know.
Where's my counter? 18 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not an hour.
No. Oh, he's on this side now, see?
Well, I might as well tell you a story then.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Let me get comfy. Story time.
Oh, I can't reach the other light switch.
Oh.
All right, so...
Simon's getting in here, too, for a story.
So Thanksgiving time, we drive the car to Illinois. We pack the whole family in my little Volkswagen and all our stuff in the back, and we push it all up there, and then we shut the door on it all before it falls out.
I can picture this. It's like National Lampoons.
So we drive all the way out there. It took us like 15 hours. We get there... When did we leave? We left Saturday morning before Thanksgiving. So we get there Saturday night, 8 o'clock. We do some stuff. What did we do? We got sip and snack. It was awesome.
Yeah, I seen that. How's your dad?
He looks, I mean, he seems normal. Like if you were to talk, like, well, when he called us the other day, he just seemed like himself, right?
Yeah, you seemed
you wouldn't
normal.
Yeah, you wouldn't have noticed anything. He is like his legs are kind of skinny, like there's no muscles in them.
Yeah, atrophy from laying around the whole time and stuff.
Yeah, he's just been in the hospital so long that there's no muscles left. So he's working on that. The nurses came to the house a couple times, and we left and we went and did some stuff. So he's working on it. He's got a walker that's got wheels and handbrakes. I wish I could see my hands and handbrakes.
That'd be awesome.
On him.
I'm glad he's doing a lot better so we can sit here and make fun of him now.
Well, no, I'm not making fun of him. I'm just... Here, is that better?
It looks the same. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So he's getting back. I'm glad to hear that. He's getting his PT in.
Yeah.
He's on the upward swing.
So I haven't seen him since before he went in the hospital.
Yeah.
And he looks pretty good. I mean, he looks good.
Good.
And
awesome.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that people that have seen him, like when he got out of the hospital to now, say that he looks like 100% better. So I guess It's been so long since I've seen him, I don't have really anything to compare to. But yeah, he looks fine. Back
to your story. Wild ass tangent. Sorry.
We went. We made him go out and do stuff. Like he had to. It was hard for him to go up steps, like 5 steps at a time. But he did it fairly quickly, and he did it like without too much problem. So anyway, he's getting better. So I don't remember what we did every day. Let me just get to the point. So we went to Princeton. Oh,
Wait, let me interrupt you some more. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
What now?
Let me interrupt you some more.
I don't have any beer down here. All right.
That's
so
the problem.
We went to Avanti's, which is in Walnut, Illinois. It's like a cheese place. They make cheese there. So we got cheese curds and beef sticks and stuff like that. And then we went to Wyanett Meat Locker, which is the butcher place, and we got some of Laura's favorite cheddar wurst stuff.
Ooh, yummy.
So then we had to get salt for the water softener.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were on our way back. We got all the way back to the road that the house is on, which it's like 2 miles from the highway to the house on this road.
Yeah, it's like right there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a Volkswagen.
He's just
Sorry,
like...
I'm Steph's got to go to bed. She's got to work
in
the morning. I don't. So I'm just moving my setup.
I don't have a whole lot of this story left, but I don't want to miss anything funny either. So, what was I saying? All right, so I take this guy, I wait like an hour. He's just like, yeah, I can't work on it. I'm like, well, where can I take it? Where can I take it outside around Lamoille that's going to work on a Volkswagen? The closest Volkswagen dealer is in Ottawa, which is like 45 miles.
Yeah.
The next one's in Dixon, which I think it's about the same, but one's over here and one's over here.
Yeah, Dixon's kind of southeast, I think.
So I get a hold of the warranty company. They have like a roadside assistance thing.
Yeah.
So I screw around with them forever. Finally, I get a tow truck coming. The tow truck comes, that morning. Cost me $60. They paid it all like so many miles and I have to pay the rest. So
yeah,
$60. They tow it to this guy's place, Donnie Smith in Peru, which we've used we used to take our stuff there all the time. And it's funny, I was talking to the Volkswagen guy in Dixon and I was like, where can I take it? He's like, I don't know, did you try Donnie Smith? It's like, oh yeah, I thought about that. Anyway, so I towed it to him, $60. He looked at it, said there's no compression in number 3. He can't work on it either. He can swap engines, but he's not going to pull the engine out and take it apart.
Yeah, he's not going to pull it apart.
So I'm like, well, fuck. Oh yeah, by the way, we can swear and say whatever the hell we want.
We can say fuck.
We can say fucking shit. I was going to get into that when we did like an intro thing, but we weren't really going to do this, so we didn't get into it. Anyway.
That's life. That's basically every conversation we've ever had.
So then I go with the whole family. We all go to Peru to the mall. There's only like 2 stores left in this mall now.
Peru.
That brings me to another. I have a great idea, but I don't have the money to do it. It's like the best idea of my whole life. Anyway, I'm on the phone with the warranty place again for like the whole time we're at the mall, like an hour or 2. I don't even know. Trying to find a place to take it. Finally, I can't get a hold of the guys in Ottawa won't answer the phone. The Dixon people said, yeah, we can do it, but it's going to be next Friday. So it's Wednesday. It's Thursday at this point.
You got to be at work on Monday.
And I got to be at work on Monday in 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
So finally, I'm just like, screw these other guys. I'll just take it to Dixon. So I get the tow truck to come get it. Well, at this point, we'd gone home. We'd gone back to the farm, which is 30 miles away. The tow truck, I get a hold of them. They say, okay, the tow truck's going to be there in 30 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I got the keys. So I'm like, okay, I got to go. I get in my mom's car, drive back to where we just were.
Throw a rod mat on the way.
Throw a rod in the hybrid. She's got a hybrid now.
Ooh, very nice.
I get there. Well, I'm like halfway there. My mom calls me and she's like, the tow truck driver called. He said, he's not waiting for you. He doesn't need the keys. And I'm like, ugh. So thankfully I get there. He had probably just gotten there. And I'm like, yeah, it's back here. He's like, oh man, I can't get the truck in there. It's like, well, if it starts, I'll drive it out to the road. So it started. I drove it out right behind his truck. And he had one of those, it was just like a tow truck like that. But he had like these dollies that he put on the back wheels. It was like 2 wheels here and 2 wheels here. And then he put a rod in it and he went, whoosh, and it picked it up. So it turned the car into like a trailer.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. It wasn't a rollback. It was just an old school tow truck.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, this is, he's like, yeah, this has been around forever. That's how they used to do it. So it's like, I've never seen it before. So $160 to tow it from Peru to Dixon, which it would have been closer to tow it from Lamoille to Dixon. Anyway.
I was going to say, isn't that like an hour and a half though?
I don't even know how far it is. It was like 40 miles from Peru, I think, or 47 or something. So they can't look at it till Friday. Next Friday. It's Thursday. I go back to the farm. Now we're like, okay, how are we going to get home? And what are we going to do with all this stuff? Because we took our pillows. We took all kinds of stuff. We bought more food and snacks and crap for the way home. we got like these mason jars, like quart mason jars of honey and maple syrup from this guy's farm.
Oh my god.
And the sausages and the cheese, and we can't take any of it because we're going to have to get on a plane. So it's all at their house still. I don't have my pillows from my bed.
Oh no.
So Laura's mom gets on and finds flights in Frontier and Southwest. We end up getting on, well, if we couldn't get on the Frontier one, we'd have to stay at the airport all day till like 7 at night and get on Southwest. But we got like the last couple seats on Frontier, and we flew home, got home Saturday night.
Oh my god.
And then Sunday, we like unpacked our stuff and did laundry, and then Monday went to work.
Right.
Like, oh my god. And I'm still like, my brain is like full. I can't.
I can only imagine. Well, my brain is also full, but I know the feel.
I went on a week vacation, and now I feel like I need a vacation.
Need a vacation from your vacation?
All right. So yeah, they called me today. The warranty and the Volkswagen place. They said the number 3 piston came apart.
Holy shit.
The warranty guy says they have to pull the engine and tear it down, and then the warranty has to send the guy out, an inspector, and then they have to decide what's going to happen with it. But until something is decided, I have to pay for the teardown.
Oh my god, I hate that part.
And then if it ends up that it needs an engine and they pay for my engine or whatever, then that'll just get absorbed by it, I think.
Yeah, they pay for the teardown, I think.
But if it doesn't, then the Volkswagen lady said it'd be like $700 to $1,000 to pull the engine, tear it apart.
And then your engine pulled apart.
Yeah. And then like,
I get you every time. I hate it, man.
I'm like, what do I do with this piece of garbage now that I'm paying for monthly if it doesn't have an engine? You know, I owe like 20 grand on this car.
Yeah. And Volkswagen engines are not cheap.
Yeah, no, I didn't look it up, but I was guessing like eight grand. I don't know. I have no idea.
One from Volkswagen, that's probably pretty accurate.
So I told him, go ahead and tear it down. Like, that's what we got to do.
Got to do something, yeah.
So they're working on that. So they said it'll be the middle towards the end of next week. By the time they tear it down, the inspector gets out there, and that's probably when someone will call me.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my Thanksgiving story.
Do I need to tell a story now?
Yeah. I actually, I took a whole bunch of videos and pictures and stuff because I planned on, maybe I'll edit this and I'll put some pictures in. Yeah, I got the picture of the tow truck and stuff like that.
Get some video of some, stuff blowing up, or?
No, I wish I did, though.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Well, I've been thinking about doing this, for the last 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh, I got all these pictures. We could do it this way. I could talk about it like this, and I could put these pictures in there. But then when you go and do it, you never say the same things, and it doesn't go the same way. So
think about it a million times, and then it's like, that's not what I wanted to say.
It's like when you're going to call your first girlfriend. You're like, I'm going to say this stuff, and then she answers the phone, and then you're like, hi. Speaking of first girlfriend, Gwen had a dance tonight.
With a boy?
Yeah, I think so. School dance with a boy. You should see the picture.
I've seen some pictures on the internet.
Oh, yeah, it's on Facebook.
Yeah, fancy dress.
Oh, yeah, I picked it out, or I helped pick it out a lot. So apparently I can pick out dresses, but I don't know how to dress myself. Hey, you tell me a story.
Ratty t-shirts.
Yeah, I got my representing.
I'm representing.
Ooh.
This is Derek Lee, OG. Yeah.
Hey, we watched the Bears game on Thanksgiving. I haven't watched a football game, and I don't even know, since I worked at Frontier and the Broncos were winning.
Yeah. I remember when I moved here and the Broncos were doing stuff, and I was like, yeah.
I never really watched football. My family was never that big on it. So we just kind of used it as a reason to not work while I was at work.
we weren't big on it, but we watched some games growing up, like especially if the weather was bad or whatever. In Illinois in the winter, it's cold and nasty. Watch football games.
It was weird. It wasn't that cold. It was like 45 degrees, which here it's not. That's not too cold. I mean, it's like light jacket probably.
Yeah,
Um,
and the Carhartts.
but there it when you went outside, it felt really cold. Like, and my dad said it's because of humidity, and I'm like, oh
Yeah,
wow, and humidity in the winter. I never really thought about that as much.
it's quite a bit denser, and the humidity makes it even more dense. Thermally. Yeah, it's terrible. I went home a couple winters ago, a couple Christmases ago, and we wore like three flannels, a jacket, a Carhartt, and I was still freezing. And it was like 32.
Oh
Rainy.
yeah, I had a big Carhartt coat on most of the time we went outside too.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, what happened to your truck?
I don't want to talk about it.
That's what we're
So,
supposed to do.
um, 2 weeks ago, what day are you gonna put this out? Monday?
Well, what's today? Friday. I'll probably work on it tonight and or tomorrow. I meant to get a thumbnail. I figure the thumbnail. I got that picture of my car in the tow truck. I wanted to get like the picture of my car and a picture of your truck in it somehow. Maybe I can like.
Nail right there. Mine's dirty. Ew.
Maybe I can like put my car here and your truck here.
Big X through it.
A triangle type of thing. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe Monday. Probably this coming week.
Okay. Well, anyway, 2 weeks from Monday, then, 2 weeks ago, the week of
Yeah,
I think.
Thanksgiving Monday.
Thanksgiving Monday. I was going to work. I live out in the country, and I got about half a mile from the house. I was doing like 50 mile an hour, not even up to speed yet on the highway, and the road was black, and then the road was brown, and then there were airbags in my face. Smoked that year. That was not fun, and never saw it coming. Didn't even, no chance. So then I stopped.
It like came out of the ditch or something.
Yeah, it came across. I was headed north. It came out from the west, and it was empty road, deer. There was no in between.
We were coming down the mountain on the turny switchback type stuff, and we were coming around, and right as we came around the corner, there's a guardrail, and this deer is just like whoop, right over the guardrail, and we all go ah, and then we just kept going. It didn't come in front of us, but we all freaked out. There was no stopping for that one.
Yeah, this was like the car maybe 50, 60 yards ahead of me, so I didn't have my brakes on. He never touched the brakes, so I don't think that animal's sitting on the side of the road. I think it was coming full chicken across the highway, and we both wanted to be at the same spot at the same time, and that was poorly for both of us. So I get the thing stopped. I call Steph. She's like, Jesus, call 911, stupid. So she's like, I'll be there in a minute. And all the cars are frosted up and stuff. So it's dark. There's a deer laying on the yellow line, the whole 9 yards. And I call 911 and I'm like, hey, I'm okay. I just need somebody out here to dispatch this deer because the poor thing's still breathing and just chilling in the middle of the highway.
Oh man.
So, but pretty fast. It was right before twilight, and then the sun was up. And I'm on the phone with 911. Steph gets there. They send me to State Patrol. State Patrol goes, okay, we got somebody coming. They call me back a few minutes later. Oh, well, the state patrolman that was coming to take care of your deer problem, he hit a deer, so
oh, no way.
You're your own. And I'm fine. I don't need an ambulance, but this deer's still in the middle of the road, and it's still alive, and I don't have any way to do anything about this. You send somebody. So I get off the phone with them, and the deer jumps up and starts trying to run away.
Oh no.
on three legs. It was horrible. It was like a horror movie. And meanwhile, I'm just sitting there like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And it caught in a fence. So I get on the horn with 911 again. I called them and I'm like, hey, can you just send me a sheriff? The troopers just called me. The trooper hit a deer. I need somebody with a pistol out here as soon as possible, please.
Yeah.
I don't want the poor thing to suffer, and it's kind of sad. So they go, oh, CSP called us. We got somebody en route. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I don't even hang up the phone. They're like, oh, wait, CSP's calling. Hold on. And, oh, now we're sending another trooper. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. I don't care. Just send somebody, please. I'm on the phone with them, and I'm trying to flag cars down because I'm on the side of the road. Somebody coming south stopped just to make sure. Deer was in the middle of the road at this point. And I'm trying to flag cars. I'm like, got the only thing I have is my phone, so I got the light on, waving it.
Mm-hmm.
3 cars coming north stopped. Well, the 4th car in line decided, yeah, basically I'm doing that in the middle of the dark. Twilight come up. And the 4th car decides, well, I don't need to slow down just because these guys are slowing down. He comes around them all, gets 20 feet from the deer and locks them up because he's thinks he has to be somewhere. And I'm like, yeah, I was trying to warn you. There's a big 500-pound mule deer in the middle of the road. Big damn mule deer, huge. Push the whole core support in, the fender, all the understructure, torque the cab back on that side, twisted. You remember my truck in Wyoming? Did you ever see that? I think that might have been.
Yeah, it was right before me. I saw pictures, a couple pictures. I was actually looking through your pictures because I was looking for a picture of the license plate when I made the Discord channel because I wanted to spell fins up right.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't find it. I saw the picture of the truck, but I couldn't see the license plate. So I was just like, whatever.
Yeah. My dad's truck has the fins up.
Oh.
Yeah. When I borrow his white truck, because they looked identical until this week.
Well, Laura's always asking me, what's fins up? And I'm like, I don't know. You got to ask him.
Put your like this. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fins to the left, fins to the right. You're the only girl in town. The song. You gotta edit that out.
Okay, I will.
You're a liar. So, anyway, I'm sitting there. The cop shows up like a half hour later. Good guy. He takes care of the deer in one shot. I was like, oh, thank God. My biggest fear was, you remember those guys at Wyotech who they hit that deer and they were trying to take it out one morning and they went through 2 magazines in their 9mm and still the deer was alive?
It sounds familiar. Like I've heard it. I don't remember it exactly.
I think we were still going in the north building by then, North Campus, and some morning I was like, I'm expecting that to happen. Some idiot, who doesn't know what they're doing, will come out, I got a gun, watch this. And I'm like, oh God, no, please don't. So he comes out, takes care of business. He's like, you okay? I'm like, yep. He goes, all right, well, fill out a desk report on the accident. I'm out of here. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to drive this home. Is that cool? He's like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. You live out in the middle of nowhere on the dry side. I was like a half mile from the house, so I whipped the thing around, and parts are flying off the road. And I drove it home, and the fender, something in the fender liner just completely fell out, some chunk of plastic, halfway home, and just exploded behind me. It looked like anti-aircraft gun went off behind me on the highway. And mechanically it's perfect. The engine's perfect still. AC worked, the wipers worked. I was missing the headlights. Airbags had gone off. But it drove.
I got an idea.
No.
My car needs an engine.
And I got one.
I told Neil, because we were supposed to stop and see Neil on the way there, but he forgot, and made plans. So we're like, all right, we'll stop on the way back. And I was
Kill
like,
me.
well, we're not going to stop and see you because we're flying back. And I told him what happened, and he's like,
Yeah.
5-0 swap. I'm like, well, if the warranty will pay for it, I'll bring it over and we can do it.
Do you have the same couch as me? It's very similar. It's a little different. Oh, you got a little different. I think it's the same material.
It's like kind of fuzzy, but not really fuzzy.
Yeah. Yeah, check that out.
I hate super fuzzy couches.
Yeah.
This is from Chad. I don't know if you were at his house, but no, you probably weren't, huh?
No, I went once or twice, but not like hanging out there.
He gave us this.
So,
this is like a love seat and then the couch. So what?
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh, so before I drove the truck back, I tell stories like my timelines are messed up. Don't worry. So I had to borrow the trooper's knife to cut the airbag off the steering wheel to drive the truck home.
Oh no!
It was all folded out over the steering wheel. I was like, can I borrow? You got a knife I can borrow? He's like, yeah, here you go. Cut. Threw that. Gave his knife back. Whipped a shitty in the middle of the highway and took her home.
Did the airbag hit you in the face?
Yeah, real bad. I had like windburn on my cheeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't take a picture of it. My hands are good now, so I can't show you. Like my wrists, like where my coat lands. On my right one, my coat gave me like a little abrasion from the airbag rubbing it, and on my left one, it kind of burned where the coat wasn't touching, where the cuff of the jacket wasn't. So that was really awkward for about 2 weeks. About a week and a half.
I've never been hit by an airbag.
It's horrible. I would not recommend. 3 out of 10. I give it a solid 3 out of 10.
3. This guy that we watch on YouTube sometimes, he just got in an accident over Thanksgiving weekend, totaled his car. But the airbag, it was you. The airbag came out and it burned his hands like
exactly.
Here. He had a blister that was like freaking. Like, this is really hard, like that big.
Oh man,
it was
like,
huge.
Mine blistered, but not like it just looked like a little burn. It didn't like make a big old blister bag. Gross. Yeah, dude, it was horrible. I mean, it's better than going through the windshield, but 3 out of 10, max. And that smell gets in your nose and your mouth and everything for like 3 days. And, I was in the accident, and then Steph came with her car, so I got in her car for a little bit while waiting for the cops to warm up. Because it was like 20 degrees, 15 degrees. So I'm sitting in her car like, that sucked. And now her car smells like airbags running off.
like still?
Oh, car smells. What the hell? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This morning I got in, and I was like, yeah, it still smells a little like airbag in here.
That's funny.
It was awful. I was sad. I was like, I just built a flatbed, bro.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't very long ago either.
No, I finished it Labor Day weekend. Oh, man. So I'm sitting in the car, and Steph's talking to me. She's like, well, you're okay, and we'll figure stuff out. I'm like, yeah, I'll have to go get a new truck or do this or do that or figure something out, whatever. We'll get there. And she goes, well, I got good news. Your parents are coming. And I'm like, I hit a deer. Why are my parents coming? My post-adrenaline brain. She goes, no, they're not coming because you hit a deer. They're coming for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Awesome. So that was kind of nice. We went bombed around Monday, and then I worked Tuesday. Wednesday I took off. My folks came, and we did all that all weekend. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Got to see them. Had a lot of fun.
I saw the picture of them sitting on the couch with the dog.
Yeah, the dogs were like, well, you're in our regular people's place, so yeah, we're going to lay here still.
I thought that was funny because they're sitting on the couch watching TV, I'm guessing. It's exactly what we were doing. Like, my dad will sit in a chair, and then we'll all pile on the couch, and then we'll watch movies until like 10 o'clock at night or something. We'll just be sitting there watching movies.
Oh yeah,
It's
we
kind
were
of like
watching.
what everybody does.
Yeah. Oh, we were watching the. Oh, hold on. Notifications. I gotta disable notifications when we're doing this.
I
We
didn't
were
see
sitting
it.
there watching. I hope not. We were sitting there watching Dolly Parton 50th Grand Ole Opry. 50 years in the Grand Ole Opry. It was interesting. It was weird. It was really weird. But it was, good old wholesome family television. You can't see it. I did like a.
Yeah, I'm kind of we're tight.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on this. I gotta work on this still, but we're getting there. It's a good first run.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. We did that. I found a truck.
Oh yeah, what'd
Should
you
I tell
find?
the good people what I'm getting on
Yeah.
Monday? So probably by the time you see this video, if everything goes well, which I have a contract, so I've never bought a car dealer before, which is terrifying. I've always bought them off the back lot when I worked at a place or from a friend, or that's really the only ways I've ever bought a vehicle. So dealership experience, also 3 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Oh, Laura won't even go. I went like with my Mazda, and then when I got the GTI, she wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even go because I'm gonna sit there and argue with them for 2 hours, and yeah,
Ugh, it's horrible. I hate it. So we
yeah.
found one. We found a truck in Aztec that I like. I didn't care for the color, but it's a special edition. So I was like, so Steph drove it. She liked it. And, but we hate the dealer. They were weird. Really bad, really, really bad dealer experience at High Country Chevrolet. They suck. They're the worst.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
I got a shirt that says that now. It just says not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
I thought it was funny.
So, we go in there to look at. We're just driving through. Like, I'm not actually going to buy a truck. And like, hey, can we look inside this? I want Steph to see the inside of this new truck and kind of get the feel for it, because it's not a full size. It's a mid size. I'm gonna keep them in suspense, waiting to find out. So the one sales girl goes, I guess I can get off my ass and do something today.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? So she unlocks it. Steph gets in it. We like it. We're looking around. We're like, oh yeah, this will work. This could work. I like it. Cool. Another sales lady comes out. She's like, here's the keys. Take it for a ride. Okay, cool. Do you need an ID or anything? She's like, yeah, I guess I
Just
should
go
probably
ahead.
get your ID just in case. I'm like, yeah, probably.
I've had them be like that before. They're like, yeah, just go for a ride. It's okay. See ya. Come back later.
Yeah, it was weird. Super weird. Like, every other place has been like, oh, I need a copy of your license or an insurance card or whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. It's normal. I'm taking your $50,000 vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably, like, at least know who has it, maybe, or know that they're insured in some form. So we take it for a drive, and we're like, ooh, this is nice. Steph's driving it. She's like, I like this. I can get behind it. Take it off road. Found some dirt and some mud. Slung it all over that brand new truck. I kind of felt bad, but after our experience when we got back, I was like, nope, don't feel bad. So I found another one. It's up in Salt Lake. A dealer had 3 of them on the lot. 19 holdover. Chevy Colorado. ZR2 Bison Edition. It's got a big buffalo on the side of it, which is pretty cool. Because the bison. It's white. And we're making a deal, yada, yada, yada. That's the worst. And then I'm here, so I'm like, hey, this is the truck I want. How much?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's this and then that. And then I said, okay, well, I got GM Friends and Family PEX number, PEX, and I have first responders rebate, and I have all this stuff. What's the number? Well, it kind of. I'm like, no, it doesn't. PEX is executive. Like, that's boom. And so I'm like, well, no, that's not what this. And I'm like, really? Because I was talking with a dealer in Denver who's a friend of a friend, and he was great. He gave me all the stuff, all the info, but he didn't have a Bison edition. He just had ZR2s. Well, I could get a Bison edition for the same as a ZR2, and I was like, Yeah, I want the more upgraded off-roady special one.
Oh, does the Bison one have like suspension and stuff and nice interior and all that?
It's the same suspension as a ZR2, but it's got full metal bumpers, front and rear, winch ready. It's got extra skid plates made of boron steel. It's got headrests that say AEB. Ooh, yeah, that's super capable. And floor mats. Awesome floor mats. And, like, the ZR2 has leather, standard, and heated seats, heated steering wheel. Never had anything with, I guess my Jeep had heated seats, but they didn't work.
I got heated seats and I've had it before. My Lincoln had cooled seats, and that's the best thing you can get in a car.
It was awesome.
Because
that Lincoln was pretty sweet.
You're sweaty, even if you don't know it. And if you put that on, it's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Going home. Whatever happened to the Lincoln? It just went away one day.
It needed a transmission.
Oh.
And the guy's like, yeah, it's going to cost $3,000 or something at the transmission shop. So I went, that's when I went to the Mazda dealer. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
And they're like, yeah, we'll give you $3,000 for it or something. And I'm like, well, it's going to cost me $3,000 to fix it, or I can get $3,000 for it. So that's when I got the Mazda 3.
Was that a speed or just a regular?
It was a 2012, I think.
2012 Mazda Speed?
Sky Active Mazda 3.
That's right. You had the Sky Active.
It didn't have the skirts or the fog lights or the spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the gay... I didn't say the G word. It had... It had the stupid wheels. I hated those wheels so bad, and I told the guy that too. Anyway, that was just a lease. So when I turned that in, I needed a car, and they had the GTI.
Okay.
And then that's when I got the GTI.
I needed. I also have not a sponsor Mazda.
Not a sponsor.
11.
Yeah, well, that's the one I wanted. I wanted the skirts and the spoiler and the wheels and the fog lights.
Yeah.
It looks way better than mine just looked.
I like ours. It's pretty sporty looking.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to put a picture right about here maybe of it. Put it right there.
I'm going to have to stalk your Facebook and download pictures for this, because there's some other, I could put to your wrecked truck and I could put my blown up car.
Oh, man.
And your picture of your bed that you made.
Man, that bed was so cool. It wasn't that cool, but it was super useful. It was very useful. I was sad about that.
So then I've been driving the truck, right? I get back Saturday. Sunday I go out because I haven't started this truck in 6 months, at least. Since I...
12 valve.
Man, no, it's been longer than that, because the guy came from the shop with the trailer and got my toolbox from Furniture Row. Not a sponsor. I had this whole thing planned. I was going to be like, welcome to the first ever episode of Good Luck With That. Brought to you by me. And him.
This guy. Right here. This guy right here.
Am I pointing at you on your screen?
Nope. You're pointing at the edge of the screen like that.
Oh, that's you.
Except I see the back of your hand like that.
And I'm here.
You're there, but my camera doesn't pick it up. Or I'm here on my screen, but it looks like I'm in the middle. I'm up here in the corner. On my screen, right there.
What was I talking about?
The dash.
All right, so it hasn't been started in at least 6 months. So it's been sitting out there. When I had to get a battery, they only had a deep cycle battery. And I needed it, and it was the only one I could get, so I got it. That was 2016, the end of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out there to start it in the Sunday morning with Will, and he's playing in the street and stuff, and I'm trying to keep him because it's parked on the side of the road. I'm like, get back, get off the road. What are you doing? He's throwing icicles at cars and... I got I got another story about something he did, and you're gonna go. Anyway, so I check all the oil and everything. The power steering is completely empty. I pull the dipstick out, and it's got this little rubber. And I pull it out, and it goes. It comes right off, and it's down inside there, and it's only big enough for me to put my finger in, and like, it's like falling down inside. It took me like
please no.
15 minutes. I finally got it out of the freaking reservoir before I went down the pump. Anyway, I did all that. I go to start it. Oh my God.
No.
Damn it. So Laura's getting groceries. We go back in the house. She gets home. I take her car over there. I jump it. It starts right up. I
pull like 45 minutes you charge the battery.
No, I hooked it up. I went in there and it just fired. So I took it for a ride and came back. I plugged it in, right? So it'd be warm in the morning. I go out there. It was really cold. And I go to start it.
At 4 a.m.
Well, I unplug it. It, ravel up my cord. I go to start it and it's like, God damn it. I got to go to work. So I go down in the basement. Vanessa's dad got me a battery charger for like my wedding present or something.
Oh, that old Schumacher you have?
I don't know what it is. It's like a stand-up one on wheels.
I think old Schumacher.
So I take it out, and I plug my extension cord into it that I had plugged into the engine. Nothing. So the outlet on my house is no good.
Oh.
So I open the sliding door. I run it in the house and plug it in. I get it started, and I go to work. But so it needed to be driven more. So now it's fine.
Good.
So I'm driving this thing, and you got to like chase it this way, chase it that way, because it's super, like you can move it this far without turning the wheels.
It's been like that for 10 years, Corey.
Well, it's worse now. I put a what is it, drag link? I put one on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember when, but that thing's like falling apart. There's a gap like that between the steering gearbox arm and that joint. When you press on the brakes, it wants to go to the left, I think. So you got to like preemptively turn right and then press on the brakes. It's so bad. I was going over Dam Road. I don't know if you've ever been on there.
Yeah.
In Aurora, it's 2 lanes and there's a guardrail on both sides. There's no shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving to work. I got these things in actually, so I can hear. I'm listening to a book. It's the only way. And it protects my hearing from goddamn diesel dang old Dodge. And it just dies. And I'm like, not here. And I'm like, what do I do? So I put it in neutral. I turn the key. It fires up, and I keep going. I'm like, God damn it. So I get to work, and there's one like spade connector that goes on the injection pump, and it's like,
oh, we played this game. We've done this before. I remember this exactly.
It's like coming apart, and I'm like kind of crimp it on there, and I'm like, man, this thing's not going to stay. It's going to do the same thing. So I just went and got a new one, and I cut it off and crimped it on there. It's perfect now. So,
can I tell the story the first time we did that?
So the whole week I've been like white knuckling this thing, like going to work and back, thinking it's going to break at any time, and I'm going to crash and die.
Kill everybody.
But I got it to the shop, and they're going to fix it all. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So the last time I remember that happening, we were leaving Strange. Not a sponsor, but a good place. Good people. And that's a fancy water bottle.
This was our water bottles that she bought to go to the Great American Beer Festival. I took the label off, and now it tastes like plastic. But
yeah,
she won't let me buy water bottles for my fridge anymore because it's bad for the environment. So I did
for the whales.
Well, I'm going to get cancer from doing this, so.
That's okay.
All right, sorry.
So we're leaving Strange, and I think you were headed, where you're headed, maybe to Aurora, I think you had the Aurora place over on Florida,
Okay, yeah, probably.
and I was living in Littleton off of Wads. And I get like, I don't know, a couple miles down Santa Fe, and you're like, my truck just died. And I'm like, what? You're like, my truck just died. I'm like, you killed the Dodge? No way. So I turn around. You're on the side of I-25 headed south. You're like, my truck died. I don't know what's going on. So I got there. I get out. You're like, this wire fell off. And I think you were crimping a spade back on. Or no, I think you like looped it through to get you home that night. And I think we crimped a spade back on at Terry's shop the next morning at work, or the next night. Way back in the day.
Man,
So it finally failed. We know how long that'll last.
oh, what year? What year did we work there?
2009,
9?
2010.
So it's been 10 years.
Yeah, because my Facebook just told me today. It shared me a picture from like my first week there after I moved there, because it was the week of Thanksgiving that I moved to Colorado, and there was like 6 inches of snow on my truck after work. Mad.
When I was going through your pictures to find that picture that I didn't find, I saw those pictures of the army trucks. And I was showing Laura, I was like, look, it's like a paint by number. You just like...
Bloop, bloop.
I might I want some of those because I don't have any.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that with the truck dying. I remember.
You don't remember that?
No, and that is...
You were super mad. You were like, I'm going to burn the city to the ground tonight. And I was like,
trying to make my face red.
Oh, there you go. Kind of. So by the time I got there, you had figured out the wire had like broken off the spade, and you like rigged it up.
I remember that being broken, but it had like a factory connector on it still. It had the plastic, black plastic.
Maybe you just slid that up or something.
Oh. Yeah, out of that wire, there was only like one strand of wire hanging on, and it broke.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was that one, but it was off completely when I got to work, and it was still running, and I touched it on there, and it had a tiny little arc, like barely, and it didn't matter if it was on or off, it would start, shut off. See, I thought that was like a fuel cut wire.
So did I. That's what I always thought it was. I thought that was the fuel shut-off solenoid.
Because that engine goes in tractors, and the tractor has a pull fuel.
Has a cable.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is exactly why I want to do this, is because I'm finding that I can't remember things. Like,
I don't remember shit anymore.
Well, like when we went to Moe's, we're talking about all this stuff and telling stories, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, I forgot about that. And I never would have remembered it if we weren't talking about it. So then I'm listening to all these podcasts, and they're talking about like people that are older than us. Well, some of them are the same age. And they're just like, yeah, I can't remember anything, but if we can come on here and tell stories and stuff, then they'll be on, accessible on YouTube or whatever.
They'll be everywhere
until the zombies come.
Until the Terminators take over.
But even just talking about it, it'll help remember that type of stuff.
Oh yeah. We used to do a lot of crazy stuff. I was talking to my other friend, Cordero, tonight. I was texting with him.
What? You have another friend?
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. I have other friends. Yeah. So Cordero, my buddy from high school, we were talking the other day, and he's putting pixel Christmas lights on his house. Really cool.
Oh, cool.
He spent a lot of money this year. He's trying to program and trying to install them. Like, he took on a big project, and he sent a picture, and he's putting together these lights, and he's like, yeah, crazy Friday night, putting lights in, wiring stuff. And I'm like, remember the dumb shit we used to do on Friday night at 8 o'clock? We were like still working, like, oh, I got to finish my work. I work till 12:30 tonight, and then we're going to go out. And I'm like, Yeah, we're not cool anymore. We're old. When did this
Yeah.
happen?
Well, that used to be like you come home Friday, you wash and wax your car, you armor all the interior, you shine the tires, then you go cruising.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I worked till like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then we'd go do that.
well, when I worked at J.C. Whitney, it was easier because we worked till like 8 or 10 or something, and then I could leave there and go straight over to the cruising place. I was already like in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor, J.C. Whitney.
Not a sponsor. Corey's worked at a lot of interesting places over the years, like J.C. Whitney and Furniture Row Racing. And are we allowed to say SGS, or do we have a non-disclosure with that?
We'll probably get arrested. We'll get like the black bag and get taken away.
We just can't say what we did there, right?
And then Anthony will be like, "You guys talk."
You guys spoke. The first rule of SGS is you don't talk about SGS.
Don't talk about SGS. I swear, I still have anxiety from that because like I'm always thinking like someone's gonna come and yell at me. And I worked on the paint side almost the whole day by myself with my phone. I put my phone in my pocket so the speaker's facing up, and I listen to stuff and just work.
Yep.
And no one came and yelled at me except for in the morning when the manager got there. He brought us McDonald's sandwiches, and he's like, "Hey, you guys are standing around on your phone, but we need our phones to put in what were our work orders." So that's what we were doing. So he was just fucking with us.
Funny.
But it's still like I'm like, "Oh, don't yell at me. I'm not doing it."
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Please don't hit me.
I think it's a mix of like Sean from the first Mustang shop. He was okay. Like he was like we went to his house and like drank and partied on the weekends, but still like at work, he made you feel like you weren't doing enough for what he was paying you when he was only paying me like $11 an hour.
Yeah. Like $10 an hour, and they're like, "You need to do more. Why aren't you making SEMA cars?
And
why isn't this car perfect?" And you're like, because I'm like fresh out of school, and you pay me $10 an hour.
I did a lot of good welding and metal work there. That's where I got a lot of that experience.
Oh yeah.
And then at Terry's, he was a psycho. So yeah, so there's that, and then there's him. And then Greg kind of made you feel like that too. He's just kind of like that. Like you can't read him.
Yeah.
So was always like, I don't know what to think.
The couple times I've met him, so is he gonna watch this? Is he gonna be like, "Who that guy talking shit about me?"
I don't think. This is what I've learned about YouTube. Nobody you know
don't watch you shit.
Nobody you know is ever gonna watch your shit. Like just because this is the first one, my dad might watch it because I think he goes through and watches my stuff sometimes. But he'll probably get a kick out of it. And then a couple people might watch it just because it's the first one.
Oh shit! What did I do? Hold on. Am I back?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
That was the Discord symbol I saw there, not a sponsor. But then after that, there might be one or two people that'll watch like the second and maybe the third. And then after that, they don't even know that you're doing it.
Yeah. They're like, "You do that still? Oh, good story."
Yeah. They're like, YouTube? That's that a thing?
So Greg was really hard to get a read on. We worked on my truck that one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed up a little early to like try and help clean the shop and stuff. So I like wasn't just being a dickhead. I like picked up a broom. I was like, "Hey, I'll sweep the shop. No big deal. Trying to be productive." He was really strange.
Well, that's like a lot of the problem is a lot of these people that I've worked with, if they're not yelling at you, they're like passive aggressive type, like, like I'm not going to say anything, but I'm mad about
this.
Nothing.
You should know. Yeah, it's like if you're mad, just be like, "Get out, go away. What are you doing? Stop it."
Well, that's kind of the problem I have with this. There's one guy at work, like he's fine, but just the way that he looks at you and the way that he talks to you, in the way that every time he comes into the room, he goes like
Uh,
like he looked at what you were doing and you fucked it up.
like, oh my God, look at how fucked up this idiot is. Jesus Christ.
And then
Yeah,
I,
that
and then
whole
I
thing,
think
one
like
whistle.
oh, what am I doing wrong? But like I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
It just it pisses me off. It really grinds my gears.
You know what grinds my gears?
just leave me alone. Oh man, don't. I had this whole rant that I kind of went through with my mom because we were going through the Sirius XM stations,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about classic rock and what really grinds my gears about that, which we might have to get into another time.
I don't know if there's enough video on all of YouTube to cover that for you, but okay.
But like, guy, just leave me alone, okay? I'm working. If you have something to say that's going to help me, fine. Other than that, stop.
Other than that, go throw yourself off the roof.
What exactly were we talking about?
PTSD from bosses yelling at you.
Uh,
Yeah, Anthony was kind of like that. He'd just yell at you, and then he'd send you an email that said, "This is unexcitable," and I was like, I'm not excited either. What is wrong?
None of
It
us are
took me
excited.
like 6 solid months to figure out he was trying to spell unacceptable.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't very good at spelling, was he?
No, and I usually look over that until you're yelling at me, and it's so far off I don't even know what word you're trying to hit. I'm like, unexcitable, unexcitable. It took me 6 solid months to be like, he's trying to say unacceptable.
Oh god.
And then I laughed for another 6 months. I didn't tell him. Kind of felt bad, but at the same time, I kind of didn't, because sometimes he could be really cool, but a lot of the time he was kind of not cool. Towards the end, he was really cool with me, so I can't complain, but I mean, I was there almost 5 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time to like test somebody to see if they're going to make it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like yeah, he was cool a lot of the time, but a lot of the time he kind of like flew off the handle for
Oh, yeah.
for not a good reason. We should have been like, let's talk about this and figure out what we can do to fix it. Other than
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Ooh.
he would just like fly off completely and like basically tell you we're not going to say the R word, are we?
Oh, oh,
Yeah, we're not going to say that. But he would basically make you feel like the dumbest person on the planet for something that you had never seen or experienced or done, or you know. And we were doing some pretty like top level stuff there.
yeah, it was really
So,
cool. It was
we're
really
not allowed to
cool
say
work.
who we worked for there, but we did OEM development of engines and vehicles. And if you drive by 2022 Helena Street in Aurora, no, I don't think the names are on the building anymore. I think they took the signs down.
Did they?
Anyway, go do an old Google Street View or something. You'll see it. Don't worry.
Can I look it up?
You have to find like old street views. You could see the one sign on the most southern end of the building. You could see it from the road.
So that's what I'm looking at when I'm going. I'm looking at my other screen. Uh. Dang it. It's not going to be that easy.
No, I don't know how to look up the old street views.
I thought I could just find some, like a Google image. Oh, they did change it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Oh, you can't see it.
Nope.
Anyway, that's the building there. It does say SGS on it.
Yeah, it used to say the company names and some of the big ones anyway.
Right in the middle between all the glass and those doors, the handicap spot, it says SGS. I can't see it. It looks like it does say. Oh, I can't zoom in that far. You suck. Oh yeah, it does say says SGS and it has the orange lines, and then it says Environmental Testing Corporation underneath it.
Yeah.
Now that I've zoomed in 100 and 200%. Yeah.
So we worked there together, and we worked at Classic and Performance Mustangs for Crazy Terry. If he's watching this, he can shove it up his fucking ass and break it off.
Oh my God, that guy.
God.
That
guy is a chemical problem.
That is the only job that I've had to call the police to get my stuff out of the shop when I quit.
Me too.
You too.
And
Rawless, or did that happen to him at another?
No,
shop?
that happened at Terry's shop, dude. Me and Rawless quit that same week. All right, so now I got to tell this story. So,
see, after you get started, there's just no stopping.
No, there isn't. So no, that's why I wanted to film tomorrow, because I'm like, I don't have enough Red Bull to get through the night. So, Rawless quit on a Tuesday or Monday. I think it was a Tuesday. And he came and got his box on a Thursday. He had to call the cops, and Brandy was there, and Brandy was ready to kill people. And I was like, I've never seen someone so small, this angry.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, shit. And then the tow truck driver gave me a card, and I quit on Friday. And I had to call the cops to get my toolbox. And then I had an apprentice, which made no sense because I was like not even 2 years out of school at this point, and I had an apprentice. I was like, this is weird. But that was Classic and Performance Mustangs for you. Not a sponsor, in fact.
No, definitely not a sponsor. I don't even know if they're still a company.
So, okay, I'll get into that. I'll finish this story, and then I'll get into that story. So I called the cops, and I get my toolbox out, and Terry's insane. Jared.
I think it was Jarrett.
He can also break it off in his own ass. Fuck that guy. You're not friends with him, are you? I don't think so. He like wouldn't even shake my hand, because I was like, I'm pretty nice. Like, hey, see you around. So from Monday till Saturday. So my apprentice, I told him that morning. I said, I'm quitting. Don't tell Terry. I'm going in there next. And he tells Terry I told him first. And then
what?
I was like, what is wrong with you? You're so stupid. And that guy was something else too. He was a nice guy. I really think he meant well, but he was something else. So anyway, he's sitting in there, and I'm like, hey, I'm getting my tools. And he's sitting in there talking to Terry, and Terry's just going up one side, down the other like Terry did.
He's telling him like, well, yeah, Brian's nothing. We don't need him. Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing he did with everybody. In fact, when you quit, I think I got $2 an hour, and I was like, I hope he's okay, but I got $2 an hour.
Yeah,
cool.
Dude, I want $2 an hour.
Right? If you were making $2 an hour, maybe you would have been happier there. I made $12.50, so it's not like $2 an hour was a lot of money.
I think I want to say I was making 15 an hour. That just sounds. It sounds right.
I was making like 15 or 16 by the time I left, but that's because every time somebody quit, he gave me their money. So I call the cops, which the police station was like 4 blocks away. So I just drove down there, and I was like, hey, I need a peace officer to come down here so I can get my tools. And they're like, down at Terry's? I was like, yep.
Yeah, they already know. They're like, oh yeah, we've been there 3 times this week.
Literally, that was the second day in a row they had to show up. And it's just, man, that guy.
They call it a civil standby is what the cop told me.
Yeah, whatever the hell that is. So that apprentice guy was, remember, what was it? PT's? Was that the all nude, or was that the topless bar, like 3 doors down?
That one was just the topless one. The all nude one was over on Hampton.
That's right. So
Centerfolds.
My apprentice.
I mean, I heard it's called Centerfolds. I've never been there.
You just drove by.
Yeah, I saw it before.
You just went in the lobby and checked it out.
I wouldn't do that.
Back to the massage parlor.
Yeah.
So he was working as a bouncer at night at the titty bar. And he would come back with these stories, and I was like, dude, you got to get out of that life because like Terry drug tested us and did all sorts of random. That's another story.
I remember that one. And
Okay.
I remember the guy's name, Tom Dinkle. I'll never forget
Tom
that name,
Dinkle.
Tom Dinkle.
Whatever happened to Tom? That's another story. Tom Dinkle. So, golly. Okay. So Terry was asking questions about cars, like, and they were all Mustangs. They were all like 65 to 71 ish, typically 70, 71 ish. All pre Mustang too. How about that? Um, and he like asked if I put spark plug wires on this car or something. And I'm like, and we had done like a million of them in a row, like tune ups, just basic crap. And I'm like, I think so. I don't know. Let's go check. And it had brand new spark plug wires. And I'm like, yeah, it looks like I put spark plug wires on it. Like, you don't remember? I was like, well, I did like 4 of these in a row. So no, I really, honestly, I don't remember. Are you high? Are you on drugs? I was like, no, I just have done like 4 cars in a row. And I'm pretty sure they all got spark plug wires. That's it. I'm sending you to Whiz Quiz. I'm like, to what? To Whiz Quiz. I'm like, you're sending me for a drug test?
Oh, that's not the one
Okay, cool.
That's not the one I remember. I don't remember that one. Did
No,
he send you?
I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
to it.
Did he send you multiple times to do that?
No, only one time. I didn't even have a pre-employment there. So he gets Tom Dinkle's convertible supercharged Mustang that I'm pretty sure you sold the supercharger.
You know where he got that supercharger?
Yeah.
It came off the Roush.
Roush. And then you drove me over in it with a flashing check engine light the whole way because it was misfiring. And we drove over there to the piss test, and I did my thing, and we came back. I think we got ice cream cones that day too. Awesome.
Well, I thought that was another time that we did that because I only took you once, right?
Yeah, it's the only one I ever had there.
I remember. I thought it was.
Justin went one time because he put hands in a fan or something.
He put what in a fan?
His hand. He put it like on the shroud with the engine running and like took the skin off like 4 fingers. Yeah.
I kind of remember that.
Took him for that one.
Dude, I was out. I went downtown with him the night that I met Laura. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I went back with him.
That's another story. Jesus Christ.
On our like first date type thing.
Oh. I went downtown with you and Justin one time. That was horrible.
We were in the Cobra.
One of the worst nights ever. That was puke girl night.
we were in the Cobra and I was peeing in the parking garage.
You were what?
I peed in the parking garage because I had to pee real bad.
Yeah.
And the girls were driving by going, Corey!
I had to carry Justin because he couldn't even walk. And you weren't helping. And I was like, Corey, get your ass there. Oh, God. That was... He fell down a flight of stairs at Lodo's from the porch upstairs to the downstairs.
Oh that's a long way.
He fell. And they're metal. They're all diamond plate.
So,
and these girls were so mad at him, and I was trying to pick him up, and they're like yelling, and I'm like, "Help me get his drunk ass up!" Oh God!
In the Cobra, it didn't have brake lights or something.
No, and it didn't have plates either.
What the hell?
Were wasted.
Well, no. So let me get back to the one that I remember. I thought that you were working on the army truck, and you had an extension way up there and you're looking up or something and you like pulled the ratchet off and it was stuck. And then between the time that you did something and looked back up, it came loose and came down and hit you in the face.
Yeah. that was, so do you remember that Tweaker's big Ford with the 460 and the 3-inch exhaust? And we rebuilt the supercharger and he like broke into it to get his dope out of it one weekend. I had to pick him up at the back door of a bar he ran out of the tab on and all sorts of craziness.
I remember some of those details, but I don't remember what the vehicle looks like.
It was a full-size crew cab Ford, like early 90s, lifted, huge lift, blue on the bottom, white on the top, like that light baby blue on the bottom. And it had the loudest exhaust I've ever heard. It had 3-inch from headers, header back 3-inch that we built. And it was a 460, and it was the slowest thing in the world. So I was under that, and like one of the header bolts had come loose, or it was like backing out. So I was trying to tighten it, and we had that weird construction guy that was like our parts runner randomly. And I was under the thing tightening the bolts because like we just could not get them to stay in. And yeah, the extension came and it hit me right on the lip, and I mean it busted my shit up. It was deep, like almost through and through. And I'm like, oh man, this is bad. My teeth were like hurting, like loose. I was like, oh, this is. And I go to Terry. I'm like, hey man, if I need to go to the doctor, because it was like Friday night, we're trying to get the car out. What do I need to do? Who do I go to? And he's like, what? You didn't get hurt here. You're fired. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And I was freaking out, and I was putting my tools away, and the other guy came out, and he's like, yeah, dude, if you're hurt, he's got workman's comp, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out Terry didn't have workman's comp. That was awesome.
Neither did Sean at the first shop for me when I got metal in my eyeball.
Yeah.
Another story.
Yeah. So Terry's like freaking out, and he's like, here, you want some money? Here, you can have my money. Here's $2,000. And I'm like, I don't want your money. I just was asking who the workers' comp doctor was that by law you're legally required to have. I don't understand. We work in a shop. People are going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So that was bad, and he was mad, and he fired that parts runner guy. He never came back. He fired him.
I remember there was a Mario and Alvin.
Alvin was cool. If Alvin's out there, you're awesome. Don't break it off in his ass. He's a good guy.
Those are the only two I remember.
Who was Mario?
He was like an older Mexican guy. He was really short. That would come in and, you know, he came in less and less kind of as it went. Those are the only two guys I can think of.
This was like a white dude. He was probably in his 40s. He was rough, just like everybody who came through there. He meant well. Drove an old Chevy. He was a nice guy. Alvin's cool. Shout out to Alvin. I hope he's doing good somewhere. He's a hard worker. Who's that guy that was always like, yo, B? Huh, B?
Jason.
Yeah, he was bad. He was terrible.
I always tell that story where he was first of all, he was telling the story about how when you're out in the field and you just gotta go, sometimes you just gotta shit your pants. And I'm like, what? And like, no, like I'll like shut the combine down or something, and I'll like drive up to the house and
I'll shut her down, get home, and
then
TCB.
I'll come back. And he's like, no, sometimes you just gotta shit your pants. That's what I do.
Yep.
But
you never shit your pants, bro?
But he was talking to Rawlis one day. I was over by the paint booth, and then down at that hallway that went to the mechanics side, he was telling Rawlis, he's like, hey man, you know what? Yeah. Oh yeah. I did. Just like telling his story. And Rawlis is just like, and I go, hey, no talking no talking at work. And he looked at me for like 1 second, and he turned and went to the other side of the shop, and that's it. Rawlis goes. I still tell people that story because I think it's funny.
Awesome.
I think I was trying to make a point about something else, and then we went off on 3 more stories.
PTSD in the workplace is the last thing I remember.
Tom Dinkle, P-test.
Oh, okay. So Tom Dinkley, remember when he quit?
Kinda.
It was like July 4th weekend, I think 2010. Because I only worked there like a year and a half. I only worked there 4th of July. So I was in Grand Lake with Steph. And my phone didn't get serviced because I had Sprint and it was bootleg back in the day. So I didn't get serviced till I got back to I-70. And I'm driving in that morning, like after the 4th of July weekend, Monday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And Terry, like I get like 17 voicemails from Terry. I'm like, oh my God, did the shop burn down? What's happening? And he's freaking out in every one of these voicemails, every single one. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? I got like a million voicemails. I just got back into service. And he's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Empire, Colorado. I'll be there in like 2 hours. Because it was early. It was like 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The sun was just coming up. And he's like, we'll talk when you get here. I'm like, well, what's going on? Do you know anything about Tom? I was like, no, man. Is he okay? Is everything all right? He goes, well, we'll talk when you get here. So we had one of our big, every day 4-hour meetings about why we're not getting stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
He's freaking out about Tom. Tom come in, pulled all his tools and stuff out. I think he left his keys on the counter and walked out.
Oh, yeah. He come in on like a weekend or something and just take all his stuff and leave.
Yeah, and he thought we all like were in on it and knew about it. And I'm like, no, dude, the dude just took off. Just like, that's why I lock my shit up every night, because sketchy people around here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Oh, I was going to tell you a story about Will. It's not too long. I hate this. I want to cut my hair so it's not freaking curly like that, but I need to get past this stage so that it doesn't do that.
Let it grow. You should grow a mullet. I'll give you $20 if you grow a mullet.
Well, now it looks like a bowl cut. I got it kind of combed now, but like this is a little bit big.
A little fluffy on the sides. I got a little fluffy.
Laura trimmed it, but it kind of looks like that. I hate. We got to work on it some more. Anyway, so Laura's friend was going to be in town. So, friend from college or something. So it's this guy. He went into the Navy and he was like a nuclear physicist or something, right? So he's got some money put away. He was married. They got divorced. Now he's with this girl. And they sold his house, and I think her house. They bought an RV, and he sold his new Focus RS that he had last time he was here before he got divorced, and he bought a Fiat Abarth?
A-bar? Like a Fiat 500 A-bar?
Yeah. So he hooks his car up to the back of the RV, and he pulls it. And they go all the way around the country. They went to Alaska.
Cool.
They've been like everywhere, right? And I'm like, how do you do that? I mean, do you have that much money put away that you don't have to work for, I don't know, 4 years and you can travel? But she works like online. She teaches, what the hell is it? English to Japanese kids or something like that?
Heard of that. There's a lot of people down in this area that telecommute, I think they call it. They work on a computer in their office at their house, and
yeah, and she gets paid for it when she's on the, they can keep traveling. Anyway, they're in town, so we went up to Evergreen to Bojo's to meet them. So we go in, we eat pizza.
Not a sponsor.
No, Bojo's not a sponsor. I almost let that one go. We eat pizza. So then there's a big lake there. I got pictures of this too. We go and we walk around the lake. So the lake is huge. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've been there. I walked around it. It's massive.
So we're on
you can skate out in the winter.
Well, yeah, there was some ice on it, and that's part of the story. So we were on the backside where the dam is. I don't know if you saw that. The dam's over kind of behind Bojo's and stuff. So we get on the path, and the path is kind of like tilted a little bit towards the water, and there's snow that's packed down that's turned into ice, right? So I'm walking on it with my Adidas shoes, not a sponsor.
You're going in the water.
And I'm kind of like sliding a little bit here and there, and Will is running ahead. Will's my 4-year-old son, for anyone that doesn't know. And so I'm like with him. Everybody else is behind me, Laura and the guy and his wife, and they're talking and stuff, whatever. They're friends, they're catching up. So I'm chasing the kid down.
Get back here! Hey, you get back here!
So we get at least half the way around this lake. It's a big lake. So we're probably a half hour at least from the car. Mm-hmm. And like he's throwing stuff in the water and, we're having a good time. So we get to this section, the path kind of comes up and then it like goes around. But if right here, there's like a bench in like, you can sit there and look at the water and do whatever. So me and Will kind of walk up to that spot and everyone else is behind us talking, not paying attention. And he's like kind of close to the water, but not that close. So I think I'm talking to him and then they said something or I turned around to say something and I turned around and his feet are like, it kind of like goes into the water. So it's slanted that way. And there's ice. There's ice probably like 20 feet out, but then it's water.
Yeah.
And his feet are like that. And I'm like, he's either going to slide in or he's going to lose his balance and fall forward. And I'm like, I turn around and I go, hey, Will, stop or get back or something. And right as I turn around and I said that, he jumped onto the ice. Like, so, and when he hit the ice, he went right through it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I think I didn't actually get in the water with my feet. Maybe a little bit with my toes, but I was able to grab him and like pick him up and kind of drag him back on. So like his pants were wet up to the waist in his arm, probably both of his arms. Anyway, so it's like 30, it's probably, I don't know, 35, 40 degrees there. Yeah. We get a half an hour walk back to the car. The kid is like soaked with almost, freezing water.
Yeah, literally.
So we make it all the way back. We get to the car. We take all his clothes off except for his shirt, put him in the car seat, and then put a coat over him, and we go back. So he lived, but he jumped in the lake.
Oh my God.
And I'm watching him the whole time. And the second I turn around to say something and come back, he jumps in.
He's like, here's my chance. Watch this.
Goddamn kids. Yeah.
Fucking kids, man. What the hell?
It's getting hot in here. I opened the vent because it was 59 degrees down here. But with the computer running, it heats up pretty fast.
Nice.
Oh, what else is going on? Is that it?
I'm going to Salt Lake City Sunday, which by the time people see this will be at least yesterday, I think.
So you're going to get the truck for sure, or you're going to get it but haggle with them?
We haggled. I got them down from 50 or 52 to 41. Feel pretty good about that.
That's 11 grand.
Almost 20%. And then, financing's all set up. I got 3 signatures, and I gotta give them $1,000 more, and then I can haul ass.
So it's a 2019?
2019. The holdover. It's the only way I could get it, with all the benefits and stuff. I really wanted the Gladiator, but that's brand new.
They look funny. They look funny.
You look funny.
Laura needs a car. Her car it's a 2008, that Hyundai, and it's
nice to have cars that new.
Well, I've gone through 8 cars since I've known her. She's had the same car the whole time.
You're hard on stuff.
She wants to get a Hyundai Tucson, but a new one. And I'm like, if you're going to get, she wants to get one. I'm like, well, if you're going to get one, get the new one with all the crap you want. It's got cooled seats. Ooh. But that's what she was looking at, the different makes of that size of vehicle, like like a Mazda CX-7 or something.
Sounds reasonable.
Not as big as an Explorer, right? No. Anyway, like that crossover type SUV thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the what is it? Volkswagen Tiguan? Is that how you say it? Anyway, that type
Tiguan?
of
Tiguan?
Tiguan. My dad said he asked the guy, and he said it's pronounced Tiguan. It's spelled Tiguan, so I don't
That's
know.
probably how like some fibs say it, but not how like the rest of the world says it. That's the only weird.
I think it's like I can't remember. It's probably like 30 grand for a brand new one with all the options and crap.
Oh yeah, they're not. Dude, cars are not cheap. Holy crap.
And she's like, well, she doesn't have a car payment now. That Hyundai's paid off. So she's like completely tapped out. Like when she gets paid and we pay bills, it's like she's got like $50 left.
Oh
That's too close for me. Like if I get down to like $200, I start to think like, oh man, what if something comes out that I forgot about?
yep.
Because $200 can go fast when you start talking like automatic auto pay
Oh man,
stuff.
even without auto pay, dude, I could spend $200 in like a minute.
That's why I
Give
don't
me the
leave.
Prime.
I don't leave the house because every time you walk out the door on the weekend, it costs $300.
Easily. Easily. Dude, we were looking. So I looked at a 17 or 18 ZR2 30,000 mile turn. It was $33,000, and I was like, okay. And I looked at it. By the time the finance rates and stuff come in, I'm like, well, maybe I could look at a new one. And I got such a good rate on the new car versus the used car financing. It was like it's like $100 more a month or something, 150 maybe. But I get the one I want versus one that'll work, one that's similar. It's like, just do it. Just get the one you want. I was able to upgrade from a Bison to a standard ZR2, or from a standard ZR2 to a Bison, excuse me. Like way more upgraded.
That's part of the reason that I got the R, the Golf R, is because I got on this loan, I got like a 4% interest.
Mm-hmm.
So my interest on the other one was like, I don't remember, 7 or 8 or something. So it's quite a bit. And it's like $100 a month more than the GTI, but it's like the one I wanted.
Yeah. Doesn't feel as bad making that payment.
Plus the interest rate's better. I kind of took a hit on it because I owed more on the GTI than it was worth. So they added like, I don't remember, it was like 2 or 3 grand I had to add on to the loan, which
That's not too bad because there's a lot of people that are like 20 grand added to a loan. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, and cars make no sense because they'll let you add like 10 grand to a $30,000 car that you're never going to get $30,000 back out of.
I don't see how the
like,
bank will let you do that because
you can't do that on your house, but you can do that on your car. Like, no.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, well,
Weird,
if I was to go sell that car now, I mean, I'd be lucky to get, I don't know, probably 8. Well, not now, but assuming that it had a running engine.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky to get like 18 for it, and I think the loan is probably like 22 or 23 now.
Oh, easily, yeah. And I don't know what you're paying on it, but it's so hard to get ahead on stuff.
It's like 340.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad at all.
I know. I got like when I had the Lincoln, it was like $200 a month, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I don't want to spend any more than that. And then the Mazda was a little bit more, then the GTI was a little bit more, and I got up to like, I said I won't go over 250. So they said okay, and then they said, hey, you want the warranty? It's $11 a month. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Yes, I want it. Okay, so then it was like 260, and then I was like, all right, I'm not going over 300.
Yeah.
And then to make it work and get the warranty, I mean, I argued with these guys. I went in there 2 days in a row to argue with them over the price, and finally got it to 240, 245 is what I got it to. Man, they originally wanted, it was something like freaking 600 or something stupid like that. I'm like, I'm not paying that. They always
Yeah.
start like that, and then all of a sudden, oh, now we're down to 300. How'd that happen?
Yeah. My truck payments, it's high. It's real high.
It's higher than 300.
Yeah.
Well, be careful when you go to get plates for it, because new vehicles are ridiculous. Well, when I got the Mazda 3 was a lease, and when I went to get the plates, it was something like $500. And I'm
I
like,
fully expect this truck to be like $950.
I was like, I don't have $500, and they said, well, you can get another temp tag. so I did that to save
Like,
up.
how many of these can I get?
Yeah, really. So yeah, I don't. There was a guy at Furniture Row that had a brand new F350 diesel, fancy everything, and his plates were something. It was like $1,500 or something stupid.
I fully expect mine to be about $950.
I get pissed off when I got to pay 120 for my truck.
Yeah, my old pickup was 120, no payments. It was great. The Jeep was like 150, like nothing really.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do that, man. I get pissed about it because I only drive that truck like 100 miles a year, and I got to pay $120 for plates every year.
You gotta buy a farm, and then you can get farm tags.
It's recreational truck, because it was like 150 and it went down to 120 when I did that, and it just basically means you can't use it for work. Like if I had a business, I couldn't use it in that business.
Well, that's
something
good.
Something stupid like that.
It's a racket.
Well,
it's a racket.
What do you think about this Mustang e-tron? Mustang Mach E.
Horrible. It's terrible. It's like no. Nope, I hate it. It's horrible. It's the ugliest. It was the ugliest thing in the world until the Cybertruck.
Oh. You know what? I was watching another podcast and they showed a picture of the car. Elon Musk bought this. What the hell was it? It was like
the Lotus Spirit from James Bond.
Well, it was a concept car from the 80s. I can't remember what it was now. But it looks just like that truck, and I guess he modeled it after it. Here's this. Oh. You can't see it, but the people can see it. There's the Mustang Mach E. It is like an SUV electric car with a Mustang name on it. Oh, it looks just like a Tesla on the inside. It's got that big screen.
Yeah, it's annoying and it's ugly and it's crap.
I was reading about it, and it was something like, oh, here we go. Starting at $43,895, not including $7,500 tax credit, 300-mile range, mid 3-second 0 to 60 with the GT option.
It's all crap.
Extended range, rear-wheel drive, 47 miles in 10 minutes. What's that mean?
You can jump your battery up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll charge 47 miles in 10 minutes.
It's like a supercharger kind of feature.
And 300 miles, that's like on par with a Tesla. We got a Tesla in the shop right now. We got to play with it. It's freaking.
You boxed it something?
Hail damage on the hood and then painting the hood. I went to pull it in. All right, so I went to wash the car, right? I had the key fob in my pocket. And I pulled the hose over and I was going to turn the hose on. I was like, ugh. And I walked up to the car and the door opened.
Oh shit.
When you walk up to the car with the key in your pocket, the door opens by itself.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I got to get this out of my pocket. So I start walking to my toolbox. And as I'm doing that, I hear something. And I'm like, what the crap was that? I turn around and the door closed by itself when you get so far away.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, I figured that out. So I pull it around the shop to the paint side. they open the, or I get out of the car to go open the door, and our garage doors have glass. So by the time I got out and I was walking, they saw me, so they came to open the door. So I went and I got back in. I shut the door, and then I had a bing, bing, red lights warning on the center thing. I'm like, what the crap? Because I'd already started moving into the shop. So I stopped, and it said like gull wing door open. And I look behind me, the back door, it like goes and it goes up over the car, and
like
it was
a Model
open.
X.
I don't know why. Yeah, it was a Model X. I don't know why it opened, but then I'm trying to close it, and you can't just close it.
Nope, you gotta hit a button.
So I'm like trying to figure out how to close the damn door. Everybody's laughing at me. I get back in the car, and I find on the screen there, you push the button, and it just goes me.
Yep.
So we played with that thing for a while, but it's like I had to keep opening the hood to mask it. So I had to like put the key way over here.
The frunk?
The frunk, yeah.
Front trunk?
The butt trunk, the front butt.
The front butt.
I had to open it and then put the key over somewhere else so all the lights and stuff would shut off, or else they'd stay on all day.
Yep.
I don't know how to shut the thing off. I don't know.
Burn it to the ground.
I think it'd be fun to drive it, considering I'm driving the old Dodge right now, and it's like white knuckle all the way to work and back, and I got to have my earplugs in.
Yeah. They're fun to drive. My other friend Chase has one, and it's fast. It's fucking fast.
I stepped on it. It's a 2017. I stepped on it going through the parking lot, and it was like just for a second, and it was impressive.
Yeah, you should get one on the road because you step on it and it starts accelerating like that. Then it doesn't stop. It just keeps accelerating like that. You're like, warp speed. Oh shit! Get on the clamps. It's fast.
Did you ever drive one with like the auto drive type thing?
It would take in its lane, but not the full auto drive. No, I think he updated it since then. It's like, oh, you want this feature? Just download it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, it had software update type thing, and well, I had to take the cameras out. Oh, I broke it. Don't break the boss's Tesla. Well, I had to take
the camera.
No, I broke the plastic around the wheel opening because it is two pieces, and it looked like it should, because the whole thing popped off, pop, and I got all the way down here, and it was like cracked, broke it. There's one screw from the inside that you can't even see until you break it off and see where the screw is. So that piece is $200.
Whoa.
So we ended up just like panel bonding it together because it's way down low and whatever. So then the cameras and the fenders, I had to get those off. I was trying to get them out. I couldn't get it out. I knew how. It just wouldn't come out. I watched a YouTube video how to do it. It took me 40 minutes to get this camera out of there.
Jimmy.
And you're just like, there's two clips here and there's two clips in the back, but you got to squeeze them, and it makes all kinds of bad sounds. So I got it out. Then when I got that one out, I took the other side out. It took like 3 minutes.
Yeah, once you figured it out.
But I didn't want to break a freaking camera. That would have been more than 200.
If a trim piece is 200, I can't imagine what a camera is.
Yeah, the trim piece had a sensor in it too. I don't know what it is, but
it had a sensor in it?
Yeah, it looked like a bumper sensor.
Oh, maybe like a side vehicle sensor or something.
Well, I don't know. Are you tired?
I'm kind of tired. I've been up all day.
What time is it? It's 11 o'clock.
Is it really?
That's what this says.
Holy shit.
We've been going for 2 hours and 1 minute.
Oh, God.
We're just supposed to be doing a test here to make sure everything's working. I hope this all recorded or I'm going to be pissed.
Right? And we're going to tell all these stories again.
It'll never happen.
No. One and done. That's it.
All right.
All you get.
Huh?
That's all you get. One and done.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can find some pictures and stick in there, and I'll go through this and I'll get it uploaded so you can see it. And
Woohoo! All right, let me know. I can add some pictures too if you need something. I'll send it over.
oh yeah, okay. All right. Well, we should do this again next week
Okay.
because I'm sure more crap will happen, and I'll have more info about my car.
I'm
And
going on a road trip to Salt Lake City.
and your engine's gonna blow up. I mean,
I'll
no.
set your mother on fire. No, I like your mom. Your mom's awesome.
Oh, dude. All right, one more. As long as we're talking about my mother. So, in Colorado, they have this thing called marijuana that's legal.
Oh no.
So before I went to Illinois, I went in and I bought some stuff, right? Because I wanted to take it.
I just wanted to see what it was all about.
Well, we tried a couple things before. I can't say that I like it really. I don't. I mean, I never tried that stuff. No, I don't like it. It just
Bad for you kids.
It makes me feel bad. Anyway,
Yeah.
I took it along because I wanted to. I think my sister's had some before. I wanted to give her some for Christmas present. Okay.
Are you admitting to transporting cannabis across state
No,
lines?
I wouldn't do that. Anyway,
Good. You sampled it.
so we're in the garage and or me and Laura, and we're cooking on the grill because they got the grill in the garage because it's
I've
freaking
seen that. Yeah. I'm
100
concerned because the garage was burned down once.
yeah, right. Well, I don't know. And my mom can go out. The deep fryer's in there too. It doesn't smell the house up.
Nice.
Anyway, so we're cooking on the grill and we're out there. And my mom comes home and I'm for some reason I'm thinking that she's home for the day and not leaving. So I'm like, hey, here, I got some chocolate. You want some chocolate? And well, we told her.
You're your mom high?
We told her what it is, right? I think she asked the question. We said, this is what it is. And she's just like, like before I knew it, she ate like half of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just one piece.
I don't know if I should be telling the story. for anybody watching, I don't know who's going to watch this. I don't know. This is supposed to be a place where we can come and talk about stuff, whatever we want. And it doesn't matter. All right. That's what it's supposed to be in my brain. So
Okay.
so like an hour later, she's like, all right, I'm going to go pick up Michelle
Oh no.
from O'Hare. She was just flying in, her and her boyfriend, her new boyfriend, whose name is Rocco. No, that's that's his last name. Everybody just calls him Rocco because that's his last name, I think. So,
Where's the fucking cat?
what? Where's the what?
Where's the fucking cat? If he's Rocco.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. So, like an hour later, she's going to leave, and I'm thinking,
No, mom.
oh,
No.
I didn't even think. Oh no, what'd I do? So then she's going. She's like, I'm not feeling very good. She's asking me, can you drive? And I'm like, crap. I didn't want to drive to Chicago for 2 hours one way and 2 hours the other way. I was going to stay home and we were getting the turkey ready for Thanksgiving the next day. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'll drive. So we start driving to Chicago and I was like, it's probably the chocolate. And she's like she didn't put it together that's what it was. So that was my bad. I thought for some reason she was home. I forgot she had to go pick up Michelle. So anyway, I don't remember why I thought I had to tell. Oh yeah, we were talking about my mom. Man, I lose track of thoughts so easy. That's another reason.
You're gonna watch this thing. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit!"
I'm gonna be like,
can't use any of that.
I'm gonna be like, what a goddamn idiot. I can kind of see my eyes move too as I'm looking at like both pictures and the camera and stuff, and I'm like, man, my eyes are moving. I'm looking all over the place. I don't know.
Tweaking, bro.
You don't get to see yourself very often. Like,
No, I don't look in the mirror that much, so this is kind of weird. I have you on the big screen and me on the little screen, so it's less annoying to me. Like, you're on the main screen, and I'm in the little screen up here in the corner. So I don't like looking at myself, but it won't let me get rid of it.
is your phone like this or like this?
Like wide ways. That's why the picture's wide ways, because otherwise it does this.
Oh.
And it still keeps me automatically up, but the angles change, I think.
Well, right now it's like a big square, and mine's kind of a rectangle next to it. It's fine. I was just wondering.
Okay, these are both rectangles on mine that are both approximately the same aspect ratio, if you would. Whatever an iPhone screen is.
I don't know anymore. Like my phone's like way above 1920 by 1080, so I don't know what it is anymore. It left me behind.
Yeah.
All right, were we gonna quit doing this like a half hour ago?
Yeah, I think you said you wanted to do something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's late enough. I can start screwing around with this and play some games.
All
and
right.
I got addicted to I told you I got addicted to this game, so I haven't been doing work for a while.
Now you're gonna play your game all night.
So now I'm gonna play my game instead of doing work. No, I'll get this set up. You know what else I need though too is like I've been going through music, trying to find like I don't know if you've watched any of my gaming videos. I got that music that plays at the beginning and then it kind of fades out after the intro thing. I wanted to have like a little music type thing at the beginning and the end. The problem is on YouTube, it can't be copyrighted music.
Yeah, because then you're not monetized.
So yeah, well, we're not anyway till we get to 1,000 subscribers. You can't be monetized anymore. It's the new rules anyway.
Yeah, I remember.
But if that does happen, if there's copyrighted music, you're screwed. So I like to like keep it uncopyrighted, so I don't have to go back and try to fix it later.
Yeah.
If I don't know what to use, if you go on my channel, I'll probably just send it to you. I've got a playlist with like 100 songs that are non-copyrighted that I've saved over the years. And I was going through those trying to find something good, and I don't know what to use.
Okay. You gotta get some stuff from like the SoundCloud or something, right?
Yeah, SoundCloud. Most of them are from. There's a YouTube channel called NCS No Copyright Sounds.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are from there. Yeah, a lot of SoundCloud stuff. But sometimes you got to ask them: is this copyrighted? Can I use it? Get permission?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird world out there right now.
I might just use my song from my other channel just until we find something better.
Sounds reasonable.
I don't know. All right, well, let's try to do this again next week. Would I say that already? Like,
sounds like a plan.
How's Friday night usually work? Just like this?
Yeah, it'll probably work. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. Let me know. We'll figure something out.
Well, crap. I got the Christmas party.
We can do a different day. It's okay.
Well, I got another Christmas party Saturday night.
Well, hell. I don't know what to tell you there.
5:30 is the one Saturday night. And it's at Bob's house, the other guy from Furniture Row, the other body guy. Bob. And the one Friday night's at 6. They said it goes till 9, but no one stays that long, so
okay.
We can see what time it is and how it's going to work.
Yeah.
All right, well,
all right, good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Well, good luck with that. Especially good luck to both of us with our stupid cars.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I'll let you know. I'll send you a picture.
All right, well, we'll see you next time. I'll let you know what's going on. You let me know what's going on, and we'll figure it out.
Sounds like a plan, bud.
All right.
All right.
Later on, dude.
Later.
Hey everybody, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with us today. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the like button for us. Leave us your thoughts on it down below in the comments, and you can also subscribe to the channel for hopefully another conversation next weekend. We're going to try to make this a weekly thing, but next weekend I have the company Christmas party and then a friend's Christmas party the next day, and that's going to kind of eat up the whole weekend. I don't know. We'll see if we can do it. But yeah, feel free to continue the conversation in the comments, and I will go through them. I read all the comments, but really just let us know what you think. This is the first time we're trying something like this, and I think it'd be cool to hear your opinion on it. I think it's good for our remembering these things, to talk about them, and we get to talk to each other, because we live so far apart that we don't always get to see each other like once a year for like a couple hours maybe. So we thought this would be a fun thing to do. We plan on getting into more stuff about cars and things in later episodes. This is what it turned out to be, and it is what it is. So thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with us today. We really do appreciate it, and good luck with that.